The quarterback pool in free agency this year is not that good. If you are a fan of a quarterback needy team, there's only a handful of quarterbacks to choose from that are actually capable starters. I want to give predictions for where I feel the top quarterbacks on the market are going to land, starting with Daniel Jones. He's going to be your typical quarterback that, he flamed out with his first team. He's going to be viewed as a reclamation project. If he goes to the right situation, lands in the hands of the right offensive coordinator with a decent supporting cast around him, he could be good enough to make you a solid team. And Indianapolis right now, with the situation that they're in with Anthony Richardson, bringing in Daniel Jones would be good competition for him. You'll have two quarterbacks that they both are really athletic. They're good running the football. Daniel isn't the athlete that Anthony Richardson is, but he definitely is a way better passer than what AR is. And getting Daniel Jones would be able to push Anthony Richardson, but at the same time, it wouldn't put enough pressure on him to where you feel like he has no shot at being able to win the starting job. And if Anthony Richardson doesn't end up beating out Daniel Jones has shown the ability to play good enough football to make you a playoff team if you're in a weak division. The AFC South is not that good. We don't know what the Jags, the Titans are going to be. We know the Texans should be a good team, but even they had their fair share of problems. The Colts got talent on offense. They got a decent offensive line, some good receivers, and Jonathan Taylor's a great back. You just need more consistent play at quarterback, and you could get that out of Daniel Jones with a very favorable deal in free agency as well. You could probably get him for a veteran minimum deal. Jameis Winston, I got him going to the New York Jets. They're going to cut Aaron Rodgers. We don't know how much money they're willing to spend to get a quarterback on the open market. There has been some reports that they are interested in trading up for Cam Ward. They're willing to do whatever it takes to get him. But even if you do draft a rookie quarterback, you would still want to bring in a veteran presence to be in that quarterback room. The quarterback market's not that good, guys. I tried to warn you guys at the start of this. Jameis Winston is probably either the fourth or fifth best quarterback out there that you could get. Yeah, he has a huge turnover issue, but at least you're going to be able to move the ball with Jameis Winston. I'll take a quarterback for a 2-year deal worth $18 million that he'll throw 20 interceptions, but he'll throw 28 touchdowns as well. He'll move the ball. You'll have a decent offense with Jameis Winston at quarterback. And with the pieces that the New York Jets already have in place on the offense, the offensive line is coming along. You got Elijah Vera Tucker. You got Aluf Ashanu, who looks pretty promising. That offensive line isn't too far off from being good. You got Garrett Wilson at wide receiver. You got to add some more talent there, but we know the defense is great. They have a good enough defense that with Aaron Glenn, they could overcome some of Jameis Winston's turnovers. Not all of them, but they could bail him out on a few occasions. But Jameis Winston is a great bridge quarterback to get the Jets by for just this season if they can't land a big-time guy in free agency or during the draft. Jameis Winston could keep you afloat. He can keep you competitive. If you got an offensive coordinator that can minimize his mistakes, he could be a really good bargain for you. Justin Fields, he's coming back to the black and gold. The Steelers aren't going to be able to get anybody else in the open market unless they are going to be ultra aggressive and they go after Sam Darnold, which is something that definitely is on the table for them. But it looks like they're going to run it back with Justin Fields. Mike Tomlin has been emphasizing the importance of having a quarterback with elite mobility. He seems to really be prioritizing that. He really wants that in his next signal caller. With the upside Justin Fields possesses, you already tried running it with a aging quarterback in Russell Wilson. You tried running it with a proven vet, and that didn't work out. Maybe try running it with the ultimate reclamation project. We saw Sam Darnold, Geno Smith, and Baker Mayfield be able to revive their careers. Why can't Justin Fields do it? Before he got benched in favor of Russell Wilson, the Steelers were in first place in the AFC North. He had 10 total touchdowns, only 1 interception. He looked pretty solid. He looked way better playing for the Steelers, the brief action that he saw as a starter, than what he ever looked like in Chicago. He was a way better quarterback playing for the Steelers than he was playing for the Bears. Mike Tomlin allowing him to get another season in Arthur Smith's system could help him develop even further. And it looks like Arthur Smith, he preferred Justin Fields over Russell Wilson. Him and Russ didn't get along that much. They tried to make it work, but it seems like Arthur Smith really feels like he could build an offense around Justin Fields. And if Mike Tomlin allows him to take the training wheels off of Justin, who knows? If you get a Geno Smith or a Sam Darnold kind of resurrection year out of Justin Fields, you mean to tell me that's not good enough for the Steelers to end their very long playoff drought? You know, where they don't have a playoff win? I think they could win a playoff game with good Justin Fields if he can give them capable quarterback play. The potential is there. It's just the inconsistency has halted them or halted his development. You know, you don't really know what he is at this point due to how up and down he's been. Some weeks he looks good, and some weeks, you know, he just doesn't get the ball out as quick as what he needs to. But with him sitting behind Russell Wilson for the majority of last year, maybe that's what he needed to help reboot his career. I got Russell Wilson staying in the AFC North, going to the Steelers' biggest in-division rival outside the Ravens, the Cleveland Browns. The Browns, they don't have a lot of cap space. They don't really have any cap space at all. You're trying to re-sign Myles Garrett. So how are you going to improve the quarterback situation? Russell Wilson could be a very cheap option for you that could still give you somewhat capable quarterback play, since he would be a good fit in Kevin Stefanski's offense that's heavily predicated off play action and running the football. We saw Russell Wilson at times last year still have the ability to throw the football really well outside the numbers. He still was really good throwing the ball on the run. He's not the athlete that he used to be, but with the situation that the Browns are, you just need a quarterback that could somewhat keep you afloat. Russell Wilson could do that for you. He isn't going to lose you games, but he's not at the point of his career where he's going to win you a lot of games neither, if you're just asking him to do it all for you. But with Kevin Stefanski, the scheme that he has, and the players that they still have at running back and wideout, I still think that there's enough weapons around Russell Wilson to where he could work with the Browns somewhat. They might not be a playoff team, but you're not a laughingstock with Russell Wilson. And I got Sam Darnold going to the Las Vegas Raiders. The Raiders got so much money to spend in free agency. It doesn't seem like they're going to dabble in trying to trade up for Shador or Cam Ward. They pretty much are out of it. But Sam Darnold is the best available quarterback on the market. You have just as much money as anybody to spend. Getting Sam Darnold would instantly make you competitive in the AFC West, in my opinion. Sam Darnold showed with the Minnesota Vikings with a good coaching staff, which is what he's going to have with Pete Carroll and Chip Kelly as his OC. And if you can get some better receivers and an improved offensive line to go ground game to go along with the addition of Sam Darnold, you know he could be really good. Yeah, you do need more pieces around him to be good, but even if he isn't that good, you're still going to get somebody that's a serviceable starter for you. But if you really want to get the Sam Darnold that you saw in Minnesota, you got to give him a lot of weapons. You got the money to do so. So Sam Darnold, I expect him to end up being a Raider. And these are my predictions for where I see the top quarterbacks on the market heading in free agency. Drop your predictions down below.